Hey, welcome back to the Fourth Down Forecast, and we are in week 3.
And as you can see, we are back on the road again, this time in beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, beautiful it is so far. We'll see. And it's holding up at a wonderful 70 degrees.
Wow.
But let's see how the weather's going to hold up first with the Rams at Philly.
This is a playoff rematch from last year, right?
That's right, and I expect a pretty good game this time around, too. But how's the weather going to look in Philly?
Well, this is the kind of weather that the LA Rams can get behind because we're going to have mainly dry weather. This area is under a high pressure system, and we will probably see partly to mostly sunny skies and temps in the 70s.
All right, now this one currently sits with the Eagles favored by 3 points with an over-under of 44.5. Now, I expect the Rams to play them tough, but they're going to have to do a better job of stopping this guy. In 2 games versus the Eagles last year, Saquon Barkley ran for 460 yards with multiple touchdowns, ran all over us. They're going to have to do a better job. Now, betting tip, the Rams are 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games on the road. So I would love if this was 3.5 if you got the hook, but it's only 3, but still. Hey, now let's start with Fox's game of the week between the Cowboys and Bears.
And is this your game of the week?
Oh, no, ain't one of these damn teams going to make the playoffs. I don't see why it's anyone's game of the week. Well, let's see the weather.
Well, maybe the weather can be a factor in this being the game of the week because there is a chance for some rain and for some thunderstorms. Expect cloudy skies, maybe some wind gusts at times, and temperatures in the 70s.
Okay, now the Bears opened as favorites in this one, but the public and the wise guys bet this one to the Cowboys being favorites now. The over-under is 50, and I expect the over. That's right, 2 sorry-ass defense. The Cowboys gave up 30-something fantasy points to Russell Wilson last week. The Bears have no healthy cornerbacks, no pass rush. I expect just fireworks. That means get Dak, get your Caleb Williams, your Roma Duze, get your CD Lambs, your Ferguson, pick everybody, get them all in there. This is going to have some fireworks in it. Now, and fun fact, did you know Chicago was the inspiration for the home of Batman, Gotham City?
Is that right?
That's right. Great Scott, Batwoman.
It's Catwoman.
The city of Gotham needs us. Follow me, Batwoman. We must save Gotham.
I said it's Catwoman. What kind of bootleg Batman are you?
Robin! All right, now on to the Raiders versus Commanders, and I think we got to give the Chargers some thanks and some gratitude because these Raider fans are getting out of hand.
Absolutely.
And the Chargers put a stop to that last Monday night. We appreciate you, Chargers.
All right, for this game, you can expect mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid to low 70s, and then possibly a slight chance for some patchy drizzle or light showers.
Patchy drizzle. Now, the Commanders are favored by just 3.5 points now. More on that in a moment. But if you're Raider fans, you got to be like Pete Carroll, like, what the hell after watching that offense last week? And you think it's all on Geno, but it's really not. They've got Ashton Jenney, a shiny new toy, and he can't get going because this offensive line is horrible. Gentry is just running into his own players. He's got no room, so they've got to get the running game going to get Geno Smith going, in my opinion. And on the Commanders' side, Marcus Mariota will be stepping in for Jaden Daniels, who's out with a knee sprain. And Mariota did pretty well last year with extended coverage there in 2 games where he had to step in. So fantasy tip, I kind of like him on DraftKings. It's only $4,000.
And then you could take a lot.
Yeah, then you can get some. Yeah, you can do some big things. Don't be copying my lineup. I know y'all watching. All right, hey, and a betting tip on short rest, which the Raiders played Monday night. So, of course, this is short rest. They've covered 6 straight games on short rest, and the Commanders are just 11-29 against the spread on short rest since 2013. So, a lot of short rest here.
Right.
All right, now 2 0-2 teams here. One we expected, one we didn't expect. But what are we expecting for the weather?
Well, the weather shouldn't be a factor for whichever team is going to slide to 0-3. And that's because it's really just going to be partly cloudy and temperatures in the low 60s to upper 50s.
Yeah, speaking of 0-3, the Chiefs definitely can't afford to go 0-3. And they're favored by 6.5 over the Giants. And Russell Wilson bounced back last week with a good game versus the horrible Cowboy defense. And in terms of Patrick Mahomes, it's still been a rough ride for this offense. And the defense, it was a rough ride the last 2 years, really, but the defense of the Chiefs, that's been the problem. They've not taken the ball away once this year. I mean, 0 turnovers forced by this defense. And with the offense sputtering like that, they just can't afford it. Oh, and a fun fact for New York.
Yeah?
Did you know you're 10 times more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark?
Ow! That's a very disturbing fun fact, but I can't say it's all that surprising. We've seen those videos on social media down in those New York subways, and it's feast or famine down there. Now, this seems like the game of the week to me.
Yeah, this is the real deal. Lions versus Ravens in Baltimore on Monday night. What's the weather going to look like there?
So the weather just partly cloudy, temps in the low to mid 70s.
Okay, so no neck scarf weather for Lamar.
I would say no, but you never know with that Florida guy.
All right, now the Ravens are favored by 4.5, with the week's highest over-under at 53 points.
Okay, so you want to get all the players in this game for fantasy.
Well, yeah, but unlike the Cowboys and Bears, these two teams actually possess defense, so there's a chance.
I have Gibbs and Flowers, so I should keep them in.
Of course, and speaking of their quarterbacks, over the first two games of the season, Lamar and Jared Goff lead the league in passing TDs with 6 apiece, tops in the league. Now, this is the third game this season with an over-under higher than 50 points. The previous, Ravens versus Bills and Jags versus Bengals, both went to the over. But
Great.
Again, like I say, these teams got defense, so I don't know if I'm willing to lay that. That's a lot of points to score.
So your fantasy tips have been spot on. Do you have any this week that we need to know about?
Of course, and I've said it before, but the matchup between the Cowboys and the Bears, when you have two horrible defenses going against each other with solid offenses, you got to target that matchup. Get everyone in. Like I said, Dak, Caleb Williams, Dunze, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, everybody, get me in there. If I was in this stadium, put me in the game. I'll score some points. So that's what I like this week for sure.
All right. Well, that's amazing. Don't forget to scan the QR code right on your screen. That way you never miss an episode and see how weather is impacting your fantasy football and your sports bets.
And smash a like while you're at it. Peace.